I heard a quote that once said, "Productivity is the deliberate, strategic investment of your time, talent, intelligence, energy, resources, and opportunities in a manner calculated to move you measurably closer to meaningful goals," by Dan Kennedy. This ties directly with how one should consciously curate their content to intentionally yield particular results. I found in my experience that many struggle with arranging their words in a specific sequence to get their point across about themselves, their business, and the value in their expertise. It is a complex skill set that takes time and practice, but most importantly, a formula. To do something with intention means to do it on purpose, deliberately, willingly, and intentionally, which brings us to today's video topic, Video Scripting 101. It's important to understand this formula thoroughly in its various natures to begin to implement structure in how you go about your scripts and understanding the science behind our words and how they impact our listeners, especially our prospects in business. For those of you who may not know, my name is Isaiah Edward and I'm the founder of Exchange Media. I help business owners convert content into clients through the science of social media. If you're looking to start social media, grow your following, and or generate clients, then you're in the right space. In this video, I'll be explaining how to implement my system behind how I write my video scripts and what each portion of the script consists of and why. I'll be breaking down the 3 basic key components of any video script: the hook, the body, and the call to action. I'll walk you through each step so you can start crafting scripts that not only resonate with your audience, but also drive the results you're aiming for. Let's get right into it. Prior to understanding the 3 key components, we need to understand the science behind why we arrange the formula like this. It's because of the concept copywriting. Copywriting is a content production strategy focused on convincing the reader to take a specific action. The copywriter must write the copy, thinking about its persuasive character, using triggers to arouse interest in the reader in order to generate conversions and sales. This is why I've always been fascinated with the power of writing, because we can create sentences to invoke feelings. And that's where the idea of the hook comes in. If you notice in the beginning of this video, I utilize one of the many hook styles to anchor my viewers into words of wisdom that they could potentially find value in by offering a quote. Think of a physical hook. What is its purpose? Its purpose is to latch onto a physical object, to anchor itself and establish a line of connection. The bait you put on your hook will attract different types of viewers, and it's one of the most, if not the most important part of your scripts. If you don't capture your viewers' attention within the first 3 seconds, chances are you will lose their interest and have them scroll by as if nothing else you had to say was of value. We live in an attention society, and it's not about who makes the best content, it's about who captures attention the best. We all recycle and think similar ideas on these topics, so the information is all up in the air for everyone to use. But what differs is the understanding of how to package and position these words and ideas in a manner which provokes an emotion or attention to attract those we wish to establish a connection with. And who could do this best? Generally wins. You can offer anything if you have the people's attention. We think too deeply, feeling like we need to say something clever or pose these big questions. However, it can become more simple than we imagine when we have a strategy to follow. One of my favorite formulas to use is called PAS, which is pain, agitate, solution. But I'll make another video where you can explore the various formulas deeper in depth. The exact formula to hook creation is subjective and can be adjusted depending on the angle you want to approach it as. But generally, it can go like this with PAS. Call out the target audience. Start by directly addressing your specific audience or their defining characteristics. This helps grab attention quickly. Example, are you an entrepreneur struggling with? Identify the emotional pain point. Highlight a key emotional pain or frustration that your audience is experiencing. This creates an immediate connection because they can relate to the problem. Example, feeling overwhelmed by managing your social media content? Agitate the pain then. Dive a bit deeper into the frustration. Show the consequences or how this problem affects their day-to-day life or goals. Example, it's frustrating when you spend hours creating posts, but nothing converts into real clients. Introduce the solution. Present your product, service, or offer as the solution to the pain. Keep it brief but compelling enough to promise value. For example, our viral content hook template can change that by helping you turn posts into clients in half the time. Create urgency or curiosity. End the hook with a sense of urgency, curiosity, or an irresistible offer to encourage action. Example, don't let another post go to waste. See the results for yourself today. This formula works because it taps into the emotions of your audience, making them feel understood while offering an actionable solution. It's flexible and can be adapted to any niche or market. Now, there are multiple hook formulas, like I said, however, most don't have time to explore how these work in depth. So for now, I'll offer to shorten your learning curve tremendously. Whether you're new to content creation or not, having templates can cut the cost and provide you with a solution so you can take action today. Moving on. Let's start discussing the body of any script. The body of a content creation script, whether for Instagram, TikTok, or YouTube, serves as the core of the message you're trying to deliver. While each platform has its nuances, the structure of a successful script is similar across the board. This is the opportunity for you to introduce yourself, the purpose of whatever you have to share, provide value, and share additional resources or opportunities for your audience to connect with you. Think very similarly to essay writing like we used to have to do in school. You have a limited amount of words and paragraphs to highlight the most important points or information about your topic. You organize this information in a concise manner to provide a seamless sequence of information that ties back to your overarching thesis on the subject. You only get better at writing by writing, as well as a deep understanding or dive into the research about what you're presenting on. Every time I write, the more I know about a subject, the easier it always was to brainstorm ideas. For me personally, writing was always all over the place. I don't get ideas in a linear format, but rather scattered, and I arrange them slowly like puzzle pieces coming together to create the final image. Proper preparation of puzzle pieces prevents poor performance. Do your research, have your experience, write down ideas, then organize the information. Another quote I love that relates to this is by Marissa Mayer, where she says, "I always did something I was a little not ready to do." I think that's how you grow. When there's that moment of, wow, I'm not really sure I can do this, and you push through those moments, that's when you have a breakthrough. You will be challenged deeply when it comes to organizing your identity and thought perceptions within your content, but it is a skill you only refine through time and time alone. Our last component is the CTA, or in other words, the call to action. A CTA or call to action is essentially a prompt for your audience to take the next step from your video. Whether it's to like, subscribe, follow a link, or buy a product, the CTA directs your viewers toward an action you want them to take. Think of it as either a redirection or the grand finale of your video. You've hooked them in, delivered value in the body of your content, and now it's time to guide them on what to do next. CTAs are crucial because they transform passive viewers into active participants. Without a clear CTA, your viewers might enjoy your content but not know what to do after. This is particularly important in the digital age where attention spans are short. A well-crafted CTA can be the difference between a viewer simply closing the video versus taking a meaningful action that furthers their engagement with your content or brand. It's not just about asking for something. It's about guiding your audience towards the next step in their journey with you. Content is like a roadmap for your viewers. They embark on this journey where they start from a point and end at a point. They go on various routes and stops along this journey. It is up to you to design this roadmap in a way that provides a full experience for your viewer or driver in this analogy I proposed. Your content is intended to accumulate traffic. What good is all this traffic generated from your content and there is no CTAs or tolls in this example along the way to make your viewer complete an action required by you for your roadmap? In fact, studies show that videos with well-placed CTAs see much higher engagement, whether that's more clicks, shares, or conversions. If you want your videos to drive results, whether it's growing your subscriber base, selling products, or generating leads, CTAs are the key. There are various types of CTAs depending on your goal, and you can place them at various points along your content. Engagement CTAs, these are like the classic like, comment, and subscribe prompts. They're perfect for building your audience and increasing interaction. For example, if you're enjoying this content, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more. Click-through CTAs. These direct viewers to a website, product page, or other external link. For example, click the link in the description to download my free ebook on content creation. Sales CTAs. These are more conversion focused, aiming to get viewers to purchase a product or service. For example, ready to take your content to the next level? Buy my viral content hook template now and watch your engagement soar. Community CTAs. These encourage viewers to join a community, like a Facebook group, email list, or a membership club. For example, join the Isaiah Edward podcast and connect with and learn from like-minded individuals focused on entrepreneurship. Now, placement is key. Typically, CTAs are placed at the end of a video, but you can sprinkle them throughout if they feel natural. The end is for your main CTA, the big ask, but you can also include subtle reminders throughout the video, especially in longer content. For example, after delivering a valuable tip, you could remind viewers to do something that is tied to what you delivered. Before I asked for you to download a hook template, for example, after I explained what a hook is. All actions have meaning behind them. It's up to you to weave these in your videos, but not all your videos. What person would want to watch your videos if all you did was try to get them to do stuff for you? The famous quote is give, and then ask. Provide so much value and education so that when it is time to ask, people are more willing to take a leap of faith and commit an action for you. So be wise with why you're doing CTAs and how you're doing them. Here are some quick tips for crafting an effective CTA. Be clear. Your CTA should be direct and easy to understand. Don't leave your audience guessing what they should do. For example, download the guide today. Instead of maybe check out the guide if you're interested, create urgency. Phrases like limited time offer or join now can motivate immediate action. Match the CTA to the content. If your video is educational, a CTA offering more educational resources feels natural. If it's promotional, push for a product sale. And there you have it. A general overview of how to effectively use CTAs in your video scripts. Remember, the right CTA can be the difference between a viewer simply watching your content and taking action that benefits both them and your brand. We'll dive deeper into CTAs in a different video, but I want to give you an overarching view of why these three components are crucial to how one must develop their content if they want results. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss more tips on creating impactful content.